Now, here we are out here at Mr. Yates' place. I showed you that little video thing. There's his barn, here's his wife working, there's a little thing there, peach, pear tree, and a pear tree, all kinds of other things out here. Here is one of the rows of blackberries. I think these are the Apaches. And as you can see, I'm going to step out. That's how far down the road goes. I'm going to zoom in, because I want to walk all that way down there. All the way down to that piece down there. Zoom out. And this is where I'm at. That's every bit 50 to 60 feet long, give or take. But I went up there to get me a drink and get my Camrio so I can do some picking. Y'all can see what I'm doing. Now this one here, it's a decent sized blackberry, don't get me wrong. It's kind of small though compared to some of the ones we've been picking. And once you can see some of these monstrous hosses, I mean, look at this. This thing is just loaded with some partially black and red ones. We went through here and we picked a lot of the better ones. There's still some on here that we didn't get, but it's okay. And you want to talk about something that's really, some of them are sweet and tart, some of them are kind of tart. A good majority of them are really, really sweet. I mean, look at this. I mean, look at all these red ones in here. Everywhere you see is a sea of red with a little bit of black into it. Now there's some right there, Junior missed. So I'm going to reach over as I'm talking to you. Pick these, just kind of squishy. They're kind of like overripe. But it's okay, because I'll pick them too. Man, oh man. I see them down there. And that's the best thing about picking blackberries, is because whenever you pick some, within a matter of a minute to a few seconds, some of the ones that wasn't ripe at the time are ripe when you come back to them again. I mean, that right there, like I said, they're kind of small for a blackberry, what he has, but it's okay, because these will get processed up, and some of this in the winter months, like this one here, is pretty decent size. These will be processed up into jam or jelly, preferably jelly. I will make jam though. And I'll bring these back to the, like this one here is not too bad, to the 2022 springtime start of the farmer's market. And that way I'll have stuff on hand that nobody else will have, because it's not in season. Some of these here I'm picking, I wouldn't say they're monstrous, but shoot, I dropped one. This one here, it's a really good size, about the size tip of my thumb. Let me come down here and grab the one I dropped, because I don't want to waste anything. Here's the one I dropped, which a little raggedy, kind of soft, but it does its job. It's okay. And now this one here is a big old nice fat looking one. But it's nice and juicy. Some of these I do pop in my mouth from time to time and give a good squeezing to find out how good the juices are. And a lot of times they're nice and super juicy. But I don't want to do that, because that's taken away from him making money for somebody else. And then on top of it, it's keeping me from filling up my container, which means I have to be out here longer and pick more and spend more money. Which I don't mind spending the money here, because all these plants here, there's no chemicals on them. It's all natural, and there's no fertilizers, no pesticides, anything of that nature. And that's why I don't mind coming out here and paying $4 a quart for them. Now this one here is not completely ripe. It's got some little red on it, but it's okay, because it'll just give it that blackberry taste of a little tartness along with the sweetness. So, I told you last time when I came out here, I'll bring my Camry with me out here. I know there's one in there, I saw it. Unless it fell. Yep, it fell. Nice and overripe, a little squishy, but it's okay. I mean, as far as you can see, I mean, look at this, all these wonderful blackberries. And there's one up here, it's kind of small, but it got some big ass clusters on it. Pick it right here. This bad boy right here, I guarantee it's sweet. This is how big the bull part of the berry is. I got Junior out here, he's helping me pick, because this is one of those things that later down the road in life, well, he'll remember doing it, and two, it might teach him something. The value of hard work. I know some of y'all are thinking, it's not hard work picking blackberries. Well, I hate to tell you, that's the city part of the people that's never done the legwork of picking blackberries. Because now out here, you don't get ate up with mosquitoes and such. I mean, you might get a bite or two on you, but it's nothing like going out in the thicket of the tall grass and picking the wild ones where you're fighting chiggers and everything else. And look at this big old fat one right there. That's a nice good one there. So it is a little bit more easier on the body, so to say, but yeah, picking blackberries isn't one of those things that's easy, because after you get done, after you pick enough of them, your back hurts because you're bending over, standing up, bending over, standing up. You're out in the temperatures, which today, that's what I chose today for, because it's mild, humidity's pretty low. I'm not gonna lie and say I'm not sweating, but I'm not sweating like I was last time I was out here, because you could have took my shirt off and wringed it out, probably filled up the baby pool. Now, for what little bit I've been talking to you, there's my quart-sized container, which is about halfway full. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, everywhere you turn, there's blackberries to pick. And I don't mind paying him the price on these, because I'm going to make my money back and then some. After I make my blackberry bread, my blackberry cobblers, and everything else, I make my money back and then some. Now, the jelly is going to be the most biggest money maker, because like I said, I'm going to make it in wintertime when there's nothing available, unless you go to the grocery store and you buy one of those little bitty ass 4-ounce containers for $8. And this is my thing. Now, a lot of y'all don't live around here, which I understand, but why would you go out and spend $4 on an 8-ounce container when you can come out here and pick all these wonderful things for $4 a quart, and you know, double the size for the same price? I mean, look at this. No, I'm not going to show you me eating it, but man, that one was sweet, real sweet. And the reason why I'm doing this video is 2 reasons. One, it's something new, and y'all, you know, I told you I'd bring you out here next time I came picking, which I want to keep my end of the promise, my end of the deal. And the second thing is, if there's anybody in Hardin County that's close to Rineyville, so to say, and it comes down 220, which is the road number, you'll see his signs, "You pick blackberries." And if I can get some people out here Now I ain't making no side kick money off of it. I ain't making no profit off of it. The only thing I'm doing is helping out another person. I know you're looking at the ground, I'm sorry. But if I can drum him up some extra business to make him some extra money on top of everything else, why not? Because he's helping me to make the money I'm spending back. So why can't I help him drum up some more business on what he's doing? I mean, look at these things. Some of these are just extremely enormous. Some of them are about standard size, but bigger than normal, like these. Of course, he has his little CDs up here. They're painted. Scare off the birds when they come up through here. I wish I could. Oh man, there's like enormous. Let me see if I can reach over and grab it without spilling my berries and falling in the plants. Look at that bad boy. That thing's humongous. Now, it looks small on the camera, but trust me, it's not. There's my thumbnail next to it. So, there's a good comparison. And it's like the farther down I go, the bigger they get. Here's another one in here. It's humongous. I got to tilt the camera and hold the box a certain way. Man, that thing's humongous. Look at that thing. There's my thumb. And that's the small side of the blackberry. So, and the thing of it is, even though these blackberries out here, some of these are great big and they fill up the container fast, it's okay because the flavor on them is wonderful. I mean, hands down, it's better than anything you'll get in a grocery store. And see, I'm right now, I'm down here towards the end. I'm gonna say I'm probably 25-30 foot from the end. And that's where I was at, way up there towards the top. And I'm kind of cherry picking that right now because I'm talking and I'm not getting to the angle sides and everything else like I should be. So I'm just kind of picking what I see in front of me and around me, which is fine. But this is where I make a lot of my blackberry bread from, and some of my blackberry cobblers come from this. But man, I tell you what, this here is what I want in my yard. Now I would love to have what he has all plant wise here, but I know as of right now this is nowhere feasible. It's not going to happen in my yard because my yard's too small. I got too many trees. And I got other stuff I have doing in the yard as well. But even a fraction form of this would be perfect for me because I mean I would still come out here and pick from him if I even had my own, because his policy out here, you get one of these 1 quart containers. It's $4. You fill it up. Now you can fill it up halfway, you can fill it up all the way, you can fill it up till it's overflowing. Either way, it's $4. And not only that, you get to come out here and pick blackberries. Now I'm not going to sit here and say it's everybody's dream idea, but versus going out in the woods and picking wild ones and get ate up with chiggers and mosquitoes and poison ivy and everything else you're allergic to, this is so much easier. I'm gonna sit down for a second, because you can see he mows around here. Now that's his wildflower patch. There's a individual comes by here and he sets out beehives, and they come out here and they get all these wildflowers and everything else. And the guy that gets the honey gives him a few jars of it, and plus on top of it, he gives him like a small kickback. So not only does he have, this area here, it's all grown up and everything, all these wildflowers, let me zoom in, just like most places, you got your standard wildflowers and your clover and everything else. And what he does is the guy collects the honey, sells it at the market, and usually gives him a couple of jars for free and a little kickback on top of it. I don't know exactly what the kickback is, but you know, he gets a kickback of some kind. I know he does. But I mean, look at this. I'm sitting down on the ground. I'm flat on my ass. And here's stuff hanging down right here. Of course, a lot of it's red. But I'm gonna go up and up and up. So, and this is just one plant. Now I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 large ones I could be picking, but I'm not, because I'm talking on the camera. And this is just one row, and there's 10 rows total, just like this. So, yeah, this is what I'm wanting to do in my yard. Now, I have a small starter one. There's only like 4 or 5 plants, which is fine. And I'm gonna zoom in. If I got my glasses on. If I can get the right angle here. I know it's there. I just gotta find it. Let's see, right there. Yeah. There's the base of like 3 stalks, maybe 4 stalks, right there. And man, I tell you what, just them 4 stalks right there from one plant area, there's probably, if everything was ready to pick, shoot, you'd have a pound easy just off that one plant. And then these right here, this is what my bed looks like. This is his newest bed, and these will be ready probably about a year and a half, maybe 2 years. But yeah, I mean, this is his bed line. This is what he does, and you know, to me it's wonderful. I think it's great. You know, he has a place where people can come out here and pick, and of course you got to pay for it, but you bring your family out here. It's very family friendly. He goes to the market. Now he does sell these at the market, these containers here. If you go to the farmer's market and buy this container, it's $6. But if you come to his house and pick it, this container is $4. I know some of y'all thinking, man, that's kind of a higher price to go to the market. Well, he got to pick all these the day before, that morning, and then he has to load them up in the car, and then he has to drive them to the market, and then he has to sell them. So you know, there's time and travel time and cost of money and everything else. So you know, $2 difference if you buy it at the market versus coming here and picking it yourself. You know, there's, you know, $2 don't seem like much, but trust me, $2 adds up over time. And as much as I've made off from the market this year, $2 is $2. I'm picking some of these things up off the ground, which I know some of y'all be like, oh, it's horrible, I wouldn't do that. But they're ripe. You know, why would, you know, this one here is a little mushy. I'd probably leave that one. But I just picked up 2 or 3 off the ground, nice and firm. Yeah, I don't mind. See, I'm sitting on the ground. There's one right here. It's overripe, but I'm gonna pick it, put it in my bog anyway. But yeah, this, no, I know I wanted to show you more, but I don't want to have a super long video. But yeah, this is Mr. Yates' place, and I'm happy to share his stuff with you. I'm glad I brought this with me and remembered I had it with me, so that way I could share part of my day with you. And I got some I got to pick for my mom. I got some I got to pick for one of the guys at the gas station. And most of this I'm picking today is going to be for me, because we're going to take them home and freeze them. And after we freeze them, we will, well, like I said, be making jelly with them in the wintertime. And then all the stuff I freeze, now some of it I'll break apart, and I'll make a cobbler in the winter time for certain people or something like that. But most of this here is going to be made for jelly for the springtime. And I'm looking at this one great big fat one. I'm going to slide my butt down. Oh man, this one's nice. Look at this one. Now some of y'all think that's not great big and fat. And it's true, it's not super great big. Pick 2 more of his brothers up here. Now look at them. Now, this one's going to be victim. Nice and sweet. Man, nice and sweet. That's super sweet. I have a feeling I'm going to spend close to $30 to $40 out here today picking blackberries. Some of y'all are thinking, man, that's a lot of money to be picking for blackberries. Well, it kind of is. But the thing of it is, though, for the amounts that I use to make my blackberry bread, this will last me a good while. And then on top of it, I'll be making jelly, like I said, and bringing it in the fall of 2022, which would be a-okay with me. Because a pint-sized jar of blackberry jelly in the fall sells for $5 a jar. So, you do the math. Oh yeah, money to be made. You just got to take the time to do it. Well, that's all I wanted to share, and I hope y'all have a good day, what's left of it, because I'm going to finish my picking and all my container I have set for. As long as I'm sitting here talking to you, I can't do my picking. So y'all have a great day, and I'll catch y'all again soon.